Lakers bounce back in a big way. They roll the T-Wolves. Luka Magic was incredible. We'll get to him in a moment. AR and Rui had big nights. Lakers had a great third quarter. Plus 12. They made free throws. They shot 62% until the final 3 minutes when they took everyone out. 41% from three. And James, I asked you before the game what you wanted to see tonight as compared to game one. You got that and a lot more.
Yeah, what I really want to see right now is...
Yeah, I was hoping that was coming.
Oh, man, that was the first worthy clap of the year. Send them in. I need to see some new worthy claps. But, Gita, you are absolutely right. We saw a major correction from game one. You know, we said after game one, okay, it's only game one. Get that out of the way. Let's see if they can recover, and they did. They came with a sense of urgency almost. Minnesota was extremely hot in the first quarter. They hit a lot of threes. The Lakers hung in there. They got other people involved. Luka, obviously, able to carry them in the first half. But I also thought they had the energy they needed from their center in Ayton, who had a +9 in the plus-minus category. That's what you want to see. He had the energy. He rebounded. I think he had about 15 points as well. But the energy really changed when Marcus Smart came in the game. It's amazing how contagious energy is. He dove on the floor a couple times. Then Vanderbilt came in with his presence. And but I thought the key tonight was, and I talk about him all the time, was Rui. He only got a couple rebounds, but you know his activity offensively, being a threat. I just thought that the third quarter, Gita, you said they corrected that from the first game. They came out focused, and their defense in the second half was very, very good. They didn't allow them to get easy buckets. They didn't allow offensive rebounds, as we thought Minnesota would present that type of threat. I was pretty impressed with the connectedness of the team in the second half.
Brez, hold your thoughts. A happy big game is good for the postgame show. DeAndre Ayton with Mike Trudell. Roll those shoulders.
All right, DeAndre Ayton, you get your first victory as a Laker, and Minnesota took the lead early. You guys really had to use a lot of force to get back into it. What did it take tonight?
Just trusting Luka, trusting the coaches, following the task at hand. Mainly coming in tonight, we wanted to just protect the paint, not give them easy ones. And you know, they made some tough shots, but we was making our shots as well, and we tried to get back on defense. It was killing us early in the transition, you know, getting the ball out early and getting down the floor. So we started to pick up on that, and you know, just made some adjustments quickly. And you know, it was like a playoff game almost. You know, the amount of adjustments we did on the defensive end, you know, just to get back in the game.
DeAndre, you had a couple of big dunks inside the second half. Things seemed to open up with Luka and Austin scoring on the perimeter. What did you see from your guards tonight?
Man, they were on fire. You know, I just truly appreciate their craft. You know, just how crafty they are by themselves as well. But, you know, just getting that guy off them a little bit, you know, opens up the floor for everybody and me rolling to the rim. So, you know, it's almost like picking your poison, and, you know, them dudes went off.
DeAndre, what adjustment did you guys make at halftime defensively? It looked like you made an impact there.
Yeah, just mainly sticking to our rules and principles, you know, really trying to show Anthony Edwards, you know, a full team guarding him, a full 5, and really just not making him get to our rim. You know, we'll settle for fadeaway jump shots and, you know, little outside paint shots, and, you know, we live with a contested 3. But other than that, I feel like we all did a good job locking up elbows and boxes, just really showing them a huge presence.
And then last one for you, head to your first Laker road game now in the regular season up in Sacramento. What's going to be the key for you?
Mainly just staying consistent, being together, and just playing defense, putting defense first to create our offense.
Appreciate it, DeAndre.
Thank you so much. All right.
Happy for DeAndre Ayton, had a great game, but I want to start with Luka, guys. The most points ever scored through 2 games, through the first 2 games in Laker history, passing Jerry West, is Luka Doncic. She has 92 points, 23 rebounds, and 17 assists. You look at it right there. 1969, Brez was just a thought at that point.
It was -2.
Jerry West had 81. Luka with 92.
Luka, he had really nice rhythm. He knew when it was time for him to shoot and get his, and when to find Ayton, when to find Reeves, when to make the pass that led to the pass that led to the bucket. I feel like his orchestration of the entire game was just so much fun to watch. And he had a killer 3 over Jaden McDaniels in that fourth quarter that really made sure the game was out of reach.
He's 3 assists shy of averaging a triple-double. He missed it by 1 in game 1
right.
and 2 tonight. James, I think what's even more incredible is he did this on 23 shots.
Yeah. efficient. Efficient and very smart in his selection of shots, not forcing the issue, taking advantage of mismatches. He played smart, he played wise. He didn't try to force the issue. He realized when he needed to get other people involved. He's just a mastermind when you have that kind of professor out there on the court.
So I want to talk AR and Rui. The combination of 48 points on 19 of 28. AR was 25 and 11 and 7. But let's start with Rui, Brez, because we talked a lot about with LeBron James being out, he has to be consistently that number 3 guy. And Dwayne Wade, it was like he was in our studio the last few days. He talked about Rui only having 6 shots. You mentioned in the pregame show, all were from 3 in that first game. Different story tonight. He was aggressive. He had the volume. He got to his spots. He didn't settle. That's what we want from Rui. He was phenomenal.
Yeah, to continue James' metaphor, I think Rui was playing the saxophone out there tonight. Whenever
nicely, too.
Whenever Luka was finding him. Rui, inside the arc tonight, so we're talking 2-point shots, 8 for 9. Really impressed by Rui tonight in the second game of the season.
And still, with only 2 rebounds, he still gets a plus 11. I want to pay close attention to that this year, because sometimes you don't have to score or get a lot of numbers to still have an impact on the game. That means that he was going after them still, but he just wasn't getting them. So I just love the way he played his game tonight. I think he knew he had to be impactful, physical, and, you know, knock down a variety of shots to 3 to mid-range, and he done it well.
James, last year ended abruptly to the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games. And we tipped our hat to the T-Wolves. They were more physical. They were better defensively. They attacked the Lakers. They were confident. The size. The Lakers tonight, even without Jackson Hayes as a backup big, going to Vando as the center, middle of that third. We talked about how Vando and Marcus Smart changed the game. It was a different story tonight. Now, it might be different the next time you're playing, but for tonight, the Lakers beat them in all those little intangible areas.
And, you know, my hat's off from learning from last year in the playoffs and remembering how to play them, you know, this year, knowing that they had size advantage, knowing they had Gobert dominate us, knowing they had Ant and, you know, some amazing scores. They just kept their think cap on the whole game. Sometimes it's, you know, you get distracted and you come out with a third quarter like they did against the Warriors, but they stayed connected. I saw Reeves, you know, before they came out at the third quarter, he had them all together, you know, reminding them what they're supposed to do. And that's how you connect as a team. But their defense, Vanderbilt, you know, he's had experience playing even Jokic before, so he really aggravates big centers. So he came and did his thing. Marcus Smart, I got to tell you, he's verbal, he's physical, and, you know, he's always, you know, active around the basketball. So when you get that kind of, you know, service from guys, it becomes contagious because you see them doing it, and it kind of pumps the whole team up.
I mean, Brez, the last time we saw Gobert, he was Lou Alcindor from Power Memorial, right? He could do whatever he wanted. He was just dunking every play and having the best game of his life. He had 2 points tonight.
6 months ago, almost to the day, he had 27 points and 24 rebounds against the Lakers. Game 5 of the first round, Lakers done for the season.
0 blocks tonight, Brez, 2 points, 7 rebounds.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert didn't change. He's still Rudy Gobert. What happened was the Lakers changed. Obviously, they did not play a true center in that Game 5 and most of that Game 4, both losses for the Lakers. And now you've got Gobert, 2 points and 7 rebounds.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even good for him.
Yeah.
You know, so good job, DeAndre Ayton. I love the Lakers small ball lineups. You were kind of heading that way a minute ago, James. Vando played a little center tonight. Rui played a little center tonight. Ayton got much more play tonight. He didn't take that many more shots. I just felt like he was much more in the thick of things tonight in this game. And I feel like his buckets were easy tonight. I mean,
I saw Marcus Smart go down and guard Gobert a couple times.
Yeah, why not? I mean, just a huge turnaround from 6 months ago.
All right, time to hear from Coach J.J. Redick, brought to you by your Toyota dealer.
JJ, first, what did you just make of Luka and the efficiency and the ways in which he was getting his shots and the whole floor game that he played?
He managed the game really well. By that, I mean we needed him. We had to have him scoring early. They were making shots We made some defensive mistakes. Talked about it in a timeout. You know, we did it against Golden State the other day. We just made stuff up. You know, we've had enough practice now where we can stick to our rules, and if those rules don't work, yeah, we can make an adjustment. And we started getting stops. They went to some blitzes, double teams. He became a willing passer. You know, defensively early, thought they really attacked him. He responded to that. His defense, you know, from halfway through the first quarter on was really good. And then just you get 11 rebounds out of your point guard is just awesome. You know, so just a complete game from him tonight.
We had talked about after the last game, the third quarter, and it seemed like that was the total switch tonight. What adjustments did you make? It looked like there were a couple different things you're doing defensively, and how did you feel like that played out?
Oh, there were no basketball adjustments. It was a halftime routine adjustment. That's all. That's all. You know, they called the first timeout, I think, for the first time in Lakers history. The other team called the first timeout in the third quarter. They had a nice all right with the group. All right group. Yeah, we did it, you know. So maybe that's the blueprint. Just the coaches, you know, just changing the routine a little bit.
What did you say to Luka after he missed that layup when he had 48? Like, you guys had an exchange. And
there was some discussion around whether or not, you know, I'm trying to get the guy 50, and yeah, I had already given him 3 chances, and I gave him a 4th chance. He gets fouled, and then he blows that too. So, but no, he was awesome.
So what about after the free throw? The last free throws before he subbed out. What did you say to him after that?
Oh, that's what I told him. I said,
okay.
You got 4 now. Because in the timeout, we were talking, and I said, I've given you 3 chances. You passed up a layup. Gabe had a wide open 3. You know, love good to great. We don't need to go good to great to great to great. Like, just take the shot, you know. So, you know, to do what we did tonight against that team, which, going back to last year, I know the first game of the season was like a 6 turnover game for us. The next 2 in Minnesota were, if they weren't high teens, they were low 20s turnover. You know, turnovers hurt us in the series last year. I think we had 2 shot clock violations, so we basically had 10 turnovers as a team. Austin having 11 assists and 1 turnover. Luka having 8 with 3 like our primary guys really just managed the game well, and we got good shots. We had some timely crashes, made some timely defensive plays during that run in the second half. Just a really good effort from our guys.
Since Luka's not the only guy on the team tonight, what do you think about DeAndre Ayton tonight, the way he played? Did he play with the force you wanted to see?
Yeah, DA was great. I thought his patience for the game was really good. By that, you know, Luka getting it going early, being the beneficiary of DA's screening at times. You get into halftime, I thought DA was playing really well. You look up, he's got 3 shots, you know, and really just kind of let the offense come to him throughout that second half, and then defensively he was really good as well. I'm happy to leave.
JJ, you know, Laker fans are known for being so rational and reasonable and patient. Did you feel any of the angst since the opening night loss? And you told us pregame it was a very detailed approach to the